Hi, I'm Ali Patterson from Fintech Finance, and we're here at the European ATM event 2015.
Ineco Analytics allows a business user to really understand how customers are interacting with the ATM channel. What are they doing when they go to the ATM? What transactions are they executing? What's their experience like? And it tends to be a blind spot for a lot of banks.
There's a lot of integration of software, getting the right hardware, working with the right vendors. I'd say the biggest challenge is finding the right people to work with and moving at the pace and agility that the organisation actually wants to move at.
We are expanding in Europe, and we have a well-proven software service that we want to go abroad with and show our customers.
Traditionally, we have been developing this business in Japan and Spain, and now we are also developing the business in the rest of the countries in Europe. So we are showing that we are focusing on, let's say, end-to-end solutions, okay? I mean, not only the hardware, it is also about software and services on top of such a hardware, okay?
We like to pride ourselves, not just the hardware, but the company ourselves being a very customer-centric, that we're working our products from customer requirements. So we come from a very innovative country, South Korea. We have a lot of the functions that here in Europe are considered luxury.
Arriga's always had the philosophy that the customer experience is the center of the banking, not the technology. Whether it's the software technology or the hardware technology, that's secondary. What's important is the customer experience. Now, today we're launching WWS Branch, which brings together an integrated approach for the customer experience.
Almost every company has got some nuance, some innovation to make ATMs easier to use for the public, better to use, and also more cost effective.
Our focus really is on analytics software, an ability to take data from ATMs and from cameras and merge the two together. So our focus, that brings us into the fraud sector, it brings us almost into a marketing sector for how we use that data. So it's the management information that comes from our software, which is the process that we're trying to get across to people today.
Well, we're here today to promote, obviously, our company and what we do. Cenox are the leading independent ATM end-to-end service company in the world. There is a new threat in the marketplace, and it's called a deep insert skimming device. And in here is a representation of that device, that plate. The plate that sits in there is our anti-deep insert skimmer plate. So in essence, it's a very simple solution.
Everything related to cash will only be at the ATMs. So you see less and less tellers at your branch, and the branch more geared to services and more value-added transactions.
We've been involved with the ATM industry for many years now, and we're at the forefront of automating the testing and quality assurance part of the ATM rollout. If you look around the hall, you'll see innovation all over the place. You'll see that the vendors, the software and hardware vendors, are all moving forward very rapidly in response to increasing client demand, increasing demand from the banks. Our job is to underpin that with quality assurance.
But this is a PCI 4 compliant encrypting touchscreen device, so it's as secure or more secure than a pen pad. We have a dip card reader with a number of security features, including an encrypting read head on it. So all of the transaction data is streamed up live to the cloud, and then from this web-based console we can see what's going on.
What we're showing on here is our interactive teller, so it's the capability to connect to a live video teller and do more transactions through self-service. Hi there, Kevin. I'd like to deposit a cheque, please. What Kevin's able to do is actually look at the different accounts that I've got with the bank. So for example, he could take this out of my savings account rather than my current account, so a more complex transaction.
Hi guys, I'm here today from Cash Management Solutions. We're here to see some of our clients that are here at the exhibition, and also to talk to potential customers about what we do, which is unique in the industry in terms of managing the cash supply chain. What we do is we introduce a human element where we have a team of mathematicians, analysts, event coordinators with a wealth of experience, and our clients are able to leverage that experience and achieve balance reductions, cost reductions, and some really detailed information on the performance of that cash cycle.
We provide solutions to banks and retailers and managed service providers to help them manage their cash inventory, manage ATM networks, keep them up and running.
Fiserv is seeing cash and cash management as part of a much wider suite of products. So we're also in the ATM switching business, Bever and Switch. We're also in card issuing and electronic bill presentment and payment. So obviously we would see the ATM as a key channel.
I think ATMs are going to do much more than what they do today. Yeah. And I think what we're showing here is an example of that. At a certain point in time with ATMs, you reach a barrier where you can't do much more because of regulation, because of processes, and because of security and privacy concerns and so on. And this is where technology like what we're showing over here helps, because it allows you to interject in the middle to help the consumer when they need help.
So today we're talking about our RTM machine, which is an ATM-like machine, okay, which pretty much does everything that an ATM does, but it's a different price point because there's no cash inside. It is an ATM that gives you cash but doesn't have cash inside it. So the way it works is that it does the transaction exactly like an ATM, then gives you a little secure ticket, and you use that secure ticket to get cash from the till at the store where this should be installed. So it's like an ATM that is in a retail location, right? Yeah. But instead of having an ATM, you'd have an RTM, right? Which does pretty much the same transaction. You get cash from the till, but also it can do other transactions like balance inquiry, statement print, allow you to open an account. So from a bank's point of view, this is like a very, very low-cost bank branch.
But the way that we interact with cash and the way that we automate digital to physical cash is going to evolve. And I think the important thing to make sure is that as a bank, as a financial institution owning ATM technology, that speed to market of integration of new technologies, new transaction services meets and exceeds customer expectations.